So something I wrote in my journal, what was this, on April 13th, was the enemy will make you forfeit your destiny with a fantasy that does not exist. And I feel like that has been showing up not necessarily in my life every day or as of recent, but more so just around me. And I'm just starting to like point it out, even in sinners. I feel like that's like a big message, a part of like making sure that you can like differentiate and decipher God's actual voice and when God is talking to you. And I feel like that's what week 11 was about. Really just sitting in, checking in with myself, checking in with God, and understanding that, like, all right, it's really not about your plan anymore. And I don't gonna lie, I feel like I've just been super, super tired. But also, it's April, so I know that's like the new year, like the official new year. I thought it was March. I don't know, but yeah, I've been stripping away so much. Exhibit A. Like I have a wig made until I get my steroid shots or my hairline, but at the same time, I just like having my hair out. Like it's braided up right now, and I got to redo my braids today before church, but I'm just over it. I had to make some big girl decisions over the last 2 weeks, so I'll merge it into those. And I had to be okay with that. I had to sit with it and also like be okay with stripping away the guilt that I carry so much within myself and when it pertains to other people that I care about. And that's one thing my therapist was very, very big on in our last session was releasing that guilt, releasing that survivor's remorse, releasing that feeling of like I owe people something when it's like all I have to do is focus on myself. And I have a really, excuse me, a really big issue with putting people before me and putting others' needs before mine. So over the last, I want to say like 3 years, it feels like a slow process, but honestly, I feel like who I was last year, who I was, hell, 6 months ago, 2 years, 3 years ago, is not the same person that I am today. Because like now it's gradually feeling better. Like now I don't feel like so sick to my stomach, or like I don't feel as guilty. It still like bothers me to where it's like I'll have like my manic moments where I panic, or I feel like I'm about to over explain myself. And honestly, I've learned to just let people feel how they feel, let people figure that shit out essentially. And yeah, because I have to figure my own shit out. So it's like I have to let people figure their shit out and be okay with that. And also learning that it's a controlled thing and I'm not trying to control anything or anybody in my life. I want things to flow. I want things to just come to me and be okay with that. And this need for control really just comes from me having had the need of feeling needed or being needed. Because it made me feel like I was important enough, or if I didn't feel used, I kind of felt useless. Like if people didn't need something from me, I felt like, well, what the fuck? What's the point of me? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the point of like, this relationship? And it's like it shouldn't be so transactional like that. But for me, it cost me my emotional health, my physical, my spiritual health, because again, I'm essentially waiting to be accepted. I'm essentially waiting for somebody to tell me that I'm worthy. I'm waiting for somebody to be like, yeah, you're good. Like, you don't have to do this. So really just learning and unlearning specific things like that and being more than okay with it. Also redirecting and like I guess reprogramming my nervous system has been a big thing. But I feel okay. Like I'm happier than I was last week. I'll say that because I really feel like I don't even want to like claim depression or like stressing, but I really feel like I've been in like this really deep rut of depression and deep rut of like stressing out about like just again shit that I can't control. The job market sucks right now. Will I have a job? You know what I'm saying? Is God still making me wait and rest after working for over 20 years? What's the next direction, or like what's the next step when it comes to like my acting? So I am in the master's class, which is cool, but it's like, okay, what else? You know what I'm saying? It's like I was talking to my boyfriend, I was literally crying, breaking down. I was like, bro, like I'm so frustrated. And I feel like people don't talk enough about the frustration stage when you're healing. I'm like, why do I feel like so much rage? I feel like it's just bottled up. It's just And it's like, that's okay. Because again, I also started feeling very, very guilty about having this rage inside of me. I'm like, damn, where's all this coming from? Who knows? It's like, yeah, I know some aspects. I know why I'm upset about certain things, but all this rage shouldn't be directed towards that, or you know what I'm saying? But it's like, I'm also learning how to allow myself to feel these things, because I've always been made to feel bad for feeling the way I felt, or like wasn't able to feel the way I felt. I got stood up on my 25th birthday by a group of girls I considered my friends. I worked with them. We went to the same school, all that. And I didn't feel like they gave me the permission, or I feel like I didn't even give myself the permission to feel how I felt, because I was very upset. And I just ended up like going to the guy I was dating house, and I'm just like, I was over it. Like, they still went out, had a good time, but it was like one of those moments where it made me feel like, oh, I'm not about to keep dealing with this shit. I'm not doing that. I politely removed them from my page, and left it at that. I didn't say anything, because it's like, we're grown. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm beyond past that point of grown, beyond past that point of like having to explain to an adult, or having to explain to a person how to be a good person or how to be a good friend. I don't have time for that shit. I don't. I'm just very big on loyalty when it comes to relations. And once I feel like you don't have that shit anymore, it's like, But I know, like, when they say like your frontal lobe starts developing, that's when shit really starts making sense for you. I really feel like the months leading up to my 25th, shit started clicking. Like, I was 24, like waking up like, I'm not dealing with this shit. I don't like them. I don't want to do this. I actually don't want to keep, you know what I'm saying? So it really, over the last, 3 years now, 3.5, has paid off for the best. And I'm in a good spot when it comes to like relations, and the relationship with myself. That is a continuous and constant project that I like to work on. And even though sometimes it feels corny, or I feel like I'm like, oh my god, like this is so but it's like, you need that. Like, it's gonna get to it's not gonna be like this all the time. It's not gonna feel like this forever. So I learned to just be more comfortable with myself and like vibing out. Like today I got up, I've been telling myself like, get back up at 5, start getting back up at 5, start getting back up at 5. Literally put it on my vision board, my mind moved, all that. You think I've been getting up at 5? No. I've been getting up, but I ain't been getting up and moving and being active and being intentional. So it was like today, I was up, I woke up at like 3, I'm like, all right, I prayed, because I'm like, hey, you wake up at 3 o'clock, you know what they say, you gotta pray. I'm like, Lord, don't let nobody attack me. I don't want no, no nothing, So, woke up at like 5:40. I'm like, all right. Got up, started cleaning up, went to the gym, took a shower, journaled, prayed, read my passage, and I'm about to watch my sermon. So, I really did want to go to church today, but my boyfriend is asleep. He decided to come in late because he think he's grown. But at the same time, I'm like, should I leave him and let him sleep in? But that's beside the point. I have 1 more week left in this challenge, and I will say that this book will make you pick apart yourself. It will make you pick apart every habit. It will make you pick apart every thought, every belief, every disbelief, and make you really sit there and reflect on what the hell you're doing. And I've appreciated this journey so far, but I know, like I said, I will continue to do my morning pages. Of course, I feel like they've become a part of my lifestyle, and now when I don't do them, I feel insane. I feel like everybody should just start getting into it. Like, write 3 pages a day, even if you don't have nothing to say. That's what she said. Just write, I don't have nothing to say. Write a passage, write a song. I don't know, whatever's in your head, like, write it out, because that junk, it really helps jumpstart your day, because it's like nothing on your mind anymore. And I don't know if you wake up with racing thoughts or you don't wake up with thoughts at all. I'm a person that wakes up with thoughts. I have thoughts constantly throughout the day. And 9 times out of 10, they're not even my thoughts. But that's the whole point of getting these thoughts out when you wake up. So I would definitely continue to do my artist dates as well as my morning pages, because I feel like it's like, I don't know what magic she puts in this formula, but it's something about tapping back into yourself and tapping back into something that you love, or like wasn't ever able to explore for your inner child, your inner artist. Gotta love Atlanta. It just brings me so much joy and it makes you feel alive. Like anytime I've been on my artist days, because I ain't gonna lie, I've been slacking on my artist days just because life is life. But I did go to the movies to go see Sinners. Go see that, because I will be going to see it today again. I don't know. It just makes you feel like, wow, why don't I feel like this all the time? Like I feel like it's literally bringing the best out of me, and I'm feeling like my best self. So definitely those two things I want to continue, and maybe sometimes just to challenge myself, go back and redo some of the tasks or some of the tasks that I didn't get to finish, because I didn't do. It's not like a rule to finish all 10 tasks or however many tasks you have for the week, because usually it's 10, but these past couple of weeks it hasn't been 10 for every week. So I'm reading chapter 12 today because it's not that long, and I'm going to do the task today since I'm off, and pass it along to my boyfriend. He wants to start it. My friend started it because of me, so shout out to Asada. I think she's on week 2, 3, and yeah, it's cool to have like people around us, specifically in our group, wanting to do it or like already starting it before we finish it, and I think that's really dope. I'm actually very excited to get back to reading books, because my book club has been on pause for a little bit because they both decided to like move back to the city and, you know, get settled with school and work. So I haven't really been reading. I did read at the beginning of the year, but I want to like get back to how I was in high school when I was reading like 1 or 2 books a day. I would literally lock myself in a room after school and just read. Like I was that kid. If I wasn't outside, I was in them books. If I wasn't in them books, I was in the studio writing hooks and singing the choruses. So pretty simple, child. But yeah, I feel like this is not just a 12-week challenge. I think this is also a life course. I think this is something that I will definitely revisit in a couple years from now. Dochi is restarting her journey. She, I believe, read The Artist's Way in 2020. So 5 years. I'm like, I probably would do mine in 5 years. Like, you know, when I'm on set and, you know, traveling the world and doing my thing, I'm like, all right, I can revisit this and see, you know, how I want to continue on. And I'll be in my 30s at that time. So how I continue to be in my 30s and, you know, continue to maneuver through life. And also your answers change over time. Your answers for the tasks, your answers for the exercises, everything might not be the same trigger. Everything might not be, you know, exactly the same. So I think that'd be a very cool thing to dissect and also compare my notes, because I keep all my books. I finished my actual morning pages journal. So for our retreat, we all ended up being gifted with our own morning page journal with our initials on the front. So this isn't the one. This is just my personal, not necessarily junk journal, but more like a visual journal. So I do still like put all my scraps. I still write, of course, but it's not like an everyday thing. It's more so like I do like weekly updates, and I wanted to like really just get back into scrapbooking, because that's one of my first loves as well. Like outside of writing, reading, music, scrapbooking was like one of my favorite things to do. And I always think about this scrapbook I made in high school, y'all. It was like the bombest scrapbook I've ever done. My mom swears she has it somewhere. I know she don't have it, so I need to just let it go and let it be free. So yeah, I'm excited. Man. Oh, also for week 12, I don't think it's gonna necessarily be a recap. I might recap my thoughts maybe for like 2 minutes at the end of the week, but we actually did our cabin retreat, so I'll have like just that footage for y'all to see. That's being edited right now, so that's gonna be pretty fun, pretty funny, and really just kind of like change up the pace a bit. But yeah, I'm in charge of my life. I'm in charge of the trajectory of my life, and you know, the changes and anything that comes to my face, anything that comes into it, I have the right to change it. I have the right to ignore it. I have the right to confront it. But I'm learning to be okay with that. Like I'm learning to not shy away when it gets hard, or be like very defensive. Like I've worked on not being so defensive, y'all. That's low-key like a hard thing for me too, like, because I've always just been so defensive. I feel like people are always trying to attack me or just in my face about nonsense. Like I've always had to defend myself. So when I finally started doing it, I really feel like people hated it. I feel like people hated the fact that I had boundaries, and my boundaries wasn't even that strong. Like 2 years ago, boundaries was like this. Now they're here. People still don't like it, but guess what? It's good for me. So I'm not doing it for y'all. I'm doing it for myself. Like, I think that's a misconception of boundaries as well, is the fact that like you're doing it for other people, when in reality you're doing it for yourself. Like if you don't have boundaries for yourself with other people, or with just in yourself, like just in your personal life, life gets crazy. Speaking from experience, life gets crazy and you're not respected and people will run over you. So yeah, have some boundaries, have some class, keep it cute. I'm also changing up like my content style. I feel like TikTok is kind of pissing me off, so I don't really know, but I do want to make more long form content for my channel, just like mini vlogs here and there, but also like really start pushing my own work and like making up my own concepts and creating, directing my own projects. So hard to do with a phone that keeps running out of storage, but we'll do what we can do. So I'll be employed soon. I'll say this now, I will be employed full-time very soon. Not only will I be employed full-time, it will work with my acting schedule, because that's more important. This is just my side job. I will get paid more than I was getting paid in my last gig. I will be booking a TV series role, and I will be in the advanced acting class before June. So yeah, a lot of good things, and that's all I'll speak on for now. But yeah, this is just also helping me to continue to document my life, so when I come back to see this, you know, just to see like how I've grown in my confidence, in my vocabulary, and how I speak, and how I am in the comfortability of being in front of cameras. I mean, because I have to get used to it. But talk to an imaginary audience sometimes feel kind of crazy, but it's cool. So I try to make it more personal, one-on-one, as if I'm just talking to one person instead of like a whole broad audience, because it kind of makes it easier. Not necessarily easier, but it kind of, I don't know. You get what I'm saying? It just makes it better. It just feels like it's just me and you. It's just me and you. So week 11, man. I feel like I always do week 11, like, oh wow, week 11. Like, no, I'm very excited. Very excited. And I'm 75% happy today. I feel like once I cook breakfast and probably take a little walk later and go see Sinners one more time before I drop this review on Monday, I'll be very happy. Yeah, I'll be very happy. But I'm not banking that on an everyday thing. I'm taking it day by day. I'm not saying it's going to stay 75 today. It could just get to 100. You know what I'm saying? After this word, it probably will be at 110. So it's Jesus' birthday bash today. Just want to say I love you. I'm proud of you. And yeah, girl, do your shit. We active.